Pleased to see you all again at Wealthy Coins. Thanks to this leak, the Shiba Inu bull run is officially confirmed. Today's SHIB news. While the Shiba Inu community is understandably delighted with SHIB's January performance, a feeling of market uncertainty has resurfaced as the month draws to a close. However, as we near the end of the month, the market is once again filled with uncertainty, particularly in relation to its performance in February. For Shiba Inu investors, the most important event coming up is the FOMC meeting. To better comprehend how the FOMC meeting affects their Shiba Inu portfolio, it is helpful to have a thorough grasp of what the meeting entails. The major highlight of the meetings, which take place every 3 weeks, is the revision of the federal fund rate. Banks borrow money from the Federal Reserve at this rate. Here in this video, we'll go over the details of the Shiba Inu bull run that this leak has confirmed. The latest breaking news from SHIB magazine. To view our most recent videos, please subscribe, share, and give us a big thumbs up. We will start the video without further ado. The federal fund rate is a tool for economic stability that the Federal Reserve employs. Borrowing money becomes more affordable at a lower rate, which facilitates investment by increasing liquidity. However, investment is discouraged and borrowing becomes less attractive with a higher rate. As a component of its quantitative tightening strategy to control inflation, the Federal Reserve raised the federal fund rate during most of 2022. Following the most recent FOMC meeting, Shiba Inu and the market as a whole saw a positive increase. Reason being, last month the Fed announced a rate hike of 0.75%, or 75 basis points this time around. They only decided to raise rates by 0.5%, or 50 basis points. As a result of the lower FFR, investors believed the Fed was reducing the pace of its aggressive rate hike. Along with this came news that the Fed's fight against inflation was successful. The Federal Open Market Committee FOMC is expected to meet again between January 31st and February 1st. The Federal Reserve is rumored to be planning a 25 basis point increase to the FFR. If this is accurate, it might lend credence to positive sentiment, which might lead to fresh buying pressure for SHIB. If this were to happen, it would break through the $0.000000123 level of resistance that has been there for the past many days. Shiba Inu investors should brace themselves for a price explosion of up to 14% to the next Fibonacci resistance line if a rally is indeed the result. Shiba Inu prices can fall again if the rate increase is much bigger than that. It is possible that a 10% or larger decline is imminent. Depending on the result, it will return to levels at or below its 200-day moving average. The market can sometimes respond in advance of the official release of the FOMC minutes. People in powerful positions may be aware of the Federal Reserve's rate decision ahead of time, according to certain theories. This means that some market players may have special access that gives them an advantage when making decisions. It is worth noting that there was a small increase in Shiba Inu's weighted mood meter during the past 2 days. This could indicate that market optimism is on the rise again. Given that market consensus is currently pointing to a 25 basis point increase, this does not prove that investors predict another jump. The price volatility has been very low over the past several days, but there may be another spike soon. Reason being, this week's trading might get a little busier due to the FOMC data. The results of exchange flows are also indicative of this. In recent days, there has been a marked decline in the supply on exchanges, although the situation is exactly reversed when looking at supply outside of exchanges. Even if the FOMC opts for a steeper rate hike than expected, a bearish pivot can still occur within the allotted time. There will probably be more directional momentum now that the official data is out. The following trend presents chances for short-term returns for SHIB traders and investors. In the past week, Benzinga has looked at the future of many investors' favorite equities. With the tech-heavy Nasdaq at the forefront of market gains, the optimistic sentiment that began 2023 on Wall Street persisted this week. Final week results showed gains of 4.32% for the Nasdaq, 1.81% for the Dow Industrials, and 2.47% for the SP 500. The U.S. Department of Commerce announced on Thursday that GDP increased 2.9% in the fourth quarter, which was more than the 2.6% gain that economists had predicted. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index increased by 5% in December, according to Friday's BOES report. This was lower than the 5.5% advance in November and lower than the 5.5% gain that economists had predicted. Two popular meme cryptocurrencies are SHIB and Doge. The Shiba Inu project's token SHIB is part of the Shibarium network. It hasn't acquired much traction yet, but that should change soon. You should think of both of them as high-risk investments due to their extremely volatile prices. One of the first meme coins, Dogecoin has been around for a long time. As a result of speculative investments and sudden market declines, we frequently witness enormous rallies. One such rival that has been around since 2020 is the Shiba Inu coin. The idea behind this is to make fun of Dogecoin. Compared to Dogecoin, Shiba Inu has fared better during this period. This was due to the fact that the initiative is still in its infancy, as expected. Because of this, the risk outweighs the possible gain. Shiba Inu might have also failed or had very little price gains, just as other meme coins. Compared to Dogecoin in 2023, Shiba Inu coin carries a greater risk but also offers a greater potential profit. Given the high level of risk associated with meme currencies, the Shiba Inu Dogecoin may be a better option. Dogecoin, Doge, and Shiba Inu, three meme tokens with a doc theme, are among the most decentralized digital assets available, according to a senior executive of Cyber Capital. The company's chief investment officer, Justin Bonds, informs his Twitter followers that Doge and Shib are two of the 32 supposedly decentralized cryptocurrencies among the top 50. Only 32 of the 50 most popular coins may be considered truly decentralized. We can put a finger on decentralization and say yes or no, even though it's on a continuum. Remember that what is true in theory may not hold in reality. The price of Shiba Inu has cooled down following a strong start to the new year. With the 60% increase in the value of digital doc coins since January 1st, the Shiba Inu price has forged a new narrative for itself. Top Ethereum whales use Shiba Inu smart contracts and tokens more than any other, according to Whale Stats. The Shibarium beta launch has sparked a great deal of interest in Shiba Inu. According to Shiba Inu's principal developer Shidashi Kusama, Valentine's Day, February 14th is a possible launch date for Shibarium. Until December, whales will sell SHIB, but in the midst of the Shibarium launch, they have bought Shiba Inu. Among the top Ethereum whales smart contracts purchased in the last 24 hours, Shiba Inu has been the most popular. With a 2% increase over the past 24 hours, the current price of SHIB is $0.000000. Shiba Inu still has a shot for a much greater peak in the months to come. Shiba Inu could see a surge in popularity after the release of Shibarium. The new Layer 2 blockchains promise many improvements such as faster transactions, more scalability, and less overall transaction costs. Additionally, Shibarium may allow for the burning of billions of tokens. Cryptocurrencies are subject to the same rules of supply and demand as any other product. The price of SHIB tokens will rise if their supply is drastically reduced while demand remains stable or even increases. Finbold reports that SHIB remained popular last year, as it was the third most viewed cryptocurrency. Nonetheless, the reason behind Binance's decision to delete the coin remains unknown. It has been suggested that Shiba's low liquidity could be the cause. Still, there's a lot more cause for concern for Binance. There was a surge in concern over the exchange's viability when it withdrew from a last-minute deal to rescue FTX. But this aside, Binance has announced a large-scale employment drive, which means that they are dedicated to expanding the business despite the fact that this is causing some controversy among investors. So concludes today's activities. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up.